Welcome back to the Studio Shangri-La podcast, in which I cover topics ranging from philosophy and technology, arts and sciences, society and culture, and business and entrepreneurship. Please visit the site at www.studio-shangri-la.com. And please let me know if you're interested in getting involved. Today's episode, or topic, is evolutionary biology, technology plus philosophy. A higher, deeper learning of sustainability and energy pathways. Humanity is getting rewired and wired further through our technologies that mirror to and reflect from ourselves. Collective consciousness is making more of a shift from closed-loop thinking, devices, and dualities to more open, flexible systems and multidimensionality, in which we can employ multiple perspectives for advances and improvements in both technology and biology. A very important example is energy and the expansion of those pathways. As combustion expands to electric in vehicles, this also reflects our increasing understanding and awareness of ourselves and our world. What is possible? There are different types of combustion, but a combustion engine converts chemical energy to mechanical energy, whereas an electric motor converts electricity to mechanical energy. And then, within existing electrical technology, the fuel cell is more of an open system than the traditional battery. And that's in a sort of biomimicry of our own cells. It's interesting to note that an electric drivetrain, especially in appearance, itself draws an inspiration from the human spinal cord and ganglion system. It's really a compelling side-by-side. And these forms of biomimicry can further motor the possibilities for growth through this multifaceted self-awareness of being able to map possibilities onto each other. And as we see more deeply and broadly, this reveals the more options and energy pathways through both scientific instruments and a history of accumulated knowledge and intuition that keeps growing. We can now actually see what multi-scale interactions are going on and continue to improve upon this site. And networking intelligences continue to evolve. In hearkening again to nature, because it is, after all, at the root everything, amidst these reflections of innovation in both biology and technology, we can find the deeper symbiosis. We can be inspired anew to consciously infuse this biomimicry in our systems And I assume by appearance that Bugatti, for one, has done this with the Tourbillon electric drivetrain. Hopefully I pronounced that right. That is one luxurious example of innovation. Conscious evolution is a reality. Even as I say it, as others before me have said it, and this is so because we say it. This demonstrates the ideation and the will towards favorable genetic mutation or development to consciously program in co-creation with one's biological self, which is, after all, the self, which includes as well the spiritual self, depending on one's beliefs. The spiritually eternal, many say, has already been achieved, and I happen to agree because physics, or energy science, backs this up as well, and many branches of the sciences do. So, in this way, the ancient and the modern energies can converge, and are converging, such that all ways of thinking are upgrading in togetherness, so that we can optimize the extensive cosmic information system, I like calling it the cosmic web, and genetic database to upgrade our own systems for desired modifications and futures, so that we can also accomplish, this is very important of course, the new in a sustainable Earth, or rather sustainable human activity on Earth, and inevitably towards expansion in the space sciences. An ancient example of a system, for example, that's being modernized is rainwater collection, and then a decidedly modern science is nanotechnology, though based on a concept that's been around for a while, which is magnifying things and making use of them on multiple levels. Anyway, combining the two of these improves the overall effect. The ancient system of the rainwater collection and the nanotechnology. Because you can have your precisely tuned nano filter, for example. Sound healing is also an ancient example, yet combine this with modern knowledge of physics and acoustics, and it becomes much more advanced and effective. Fortunately, there are many examples of these combinations, from solar to water and wind, to harnessing complex calculations through computer technologies, and speeding up and cross-referencing the math. There are many reasons, aside from the miracle of life itself, of course, for optimism. And an open optimism means working with the power of the planet and the forces of nature, instead of against them, or in attempting separation from them, or just obliviousness. These options are quite obviously the better future now for maintaining our home. The biggest point, the biggest takeaway here is that sustainability does have deeper implications. This is a popular and paramount concept refers to open systems and processes that can be continually repeated without damage or degradation. Simply things that we can keep doing productively. And also, in other words, infinity. Open-ended life cycles. Ostensibly and eventually transcending death as we know it. Once again, opening up possible or optional energy pathways. It should be noted here, and I find this interesting, that religions or cultures that have been preoccupied or centered around the idea of death as escape or closure may find that there are some other choices, that utopia of sorts could also be made available right here in this beautiful cosmos that we can clearly see, and being built in society as a means of progress. And more people may feel the blood of life rushing through their veins, be truly inhabiting themselves physically. They may feel the nourishment of the atmosphere and the elements, may feel the bioelectric innervation of intelligence, lighting up their entire bodies like Diwali or Christmas, since it's the holiday season, with senses and abilities being greatly enhanced and being reintegrated with the support, of course, of beneficial material and body positive narratives as not being separate from spiritual or metaphysical, and then also accompanying non-invasive, non-destructive health therapies and technologies that are respectful of life. There is a major accompanying philosophical and ideological shift that accompanies what I'm saying. And thus, this is also translating towards a biological shift, towards the understanding of transcending closed loops, or that mentality. Although those can still be useful, we'll know that more exists. And thusly, as I said before, also transcending death in a way as it has been known. The finite opens, therefore, to infinite or sustainable cycles as our knowledge and awareness grow, and also the necessity to do so grows. And so therefore we have to embody it. Besides, consider a tree that weathers the seasons and continues to stand for hundreds or even thousands of years. And it stands sturdy, and yet it also reaches out. It can stay rooted, and yet it can also move and grow extensively. It may be counting in its way, yet minus any confining or fearful narratives about that, as has existed in humanity. So, this in common, they and we, the trees that is, are installing upgrades in the ongoing process that is evolutionary biology. And of course, tree branches are quite visibly analogous to our own branches of the mind and circulatory system, etc. We're installing upgrades in the ongoing process that is evolutionary biology. Technologies are on different levels within us and then from outside us. And they are trending towards electrical, optical, and sonic that harmoniously interact with us, the natural environment, and then also the space environment. And a lot of people are making a deliberate effort in these directions. I consider myself one of them. And I also consider and feel myself a living being through and through. Every particle. The realms converge upon, through, and within me. A human can be a conglomerate of being, each realm being aware of and knowing the others, functioning together also towards larger creative purposes in a way like an innovative company. As a wholly intelligent being, that's holy as in WHOLLY, and it could be HOLY. As a wholly intelligent being, a sense of liberation can be partly this matter of belief in interconnection. That is, me, my matter, is as a result of belief that my cells and systems help architect as intelligent yet part of me. The universe, in a way, can be my magical realism, my interpretation of it, my pocket parallel universe that I experience, yet shared with the whole. The structure and qualities of which there are certainly more to learn. Yes, there is clearly structure and grand design, and even the notion of chaos fits within this design, as noise even has a function to buffet and contrast signal, for example, as dark matter, or the ancient concept of nu, holds the potential of the firmament. It holds reality like this benevolent ocean of force or energy, the fabric. It's good to note here that in using a word like nu, in using ancient Egyptian words or concepts, or words or concepts from other cultures, what I appreciate about that culture in particular is the seeming attempt at placing us as powerful beings, yet within a more powerful cosmos, and having this reverence and respect for nature. And I choose this in its relevance to the topic at hand here. Lastly, for the Earth and for us, these can be days of restoration as well as innovation, and creating and possibly joining future interstellar civilization. And that is certainly a glorious ambition for our lives. So this has been an episode of Studio Shangri-La podcast. Some of my favorite subjects: evolutionary biology, technology, and philosophy. A higher, deeper learning of sustainability and energy pathways. And there is more to come on those topics, to be sure. If you're interested in getting involved in the podcast, please reach out through the website. That is www.shangri-la.com. Thanks for listening.